When you think of food fighting, you think of children throwing food across the cafe at one another. When anime thinks of food fighting, they think of gangs beating the shit out of each other for half-price bentos. Hey guys, I'm RJ Lane, and welcome back to On the Rise, where we discuss anime and video game related topics. And today, we are back with another underrated anime to sink our teeth in. This time, we'll be reviewing Bento. Bento is a Japanese light novel written by Asaura with illustrations by Kaito Shiban. The light novel got 4 short one-volume mangas and a 12-episode anime series in 2011. Yeah, I really found one under the anime watch radar. The story revolves around a broke high school freshman, Yo Sato, as he discovers an all-out brawl that takes place in order to see who walks home with the half-price bentos. Yo finds himself joining the half-price food lovers club with President Sen Yarizui in order to train for these matches and get some lunch. Yeah, anime. So other than an extremely weird, cool kind of concept, why should you watch Bento? Well, let's get into it with the normal breakdown. Not much to say here. The world of Bento is not that much different from your typical school anime. There are no superpowers, just straight martial arts and good old-fashioned street fighting. I mean, don't get me wrong, not every anime has gangs fighting over half-price lunches as if it was some type of sport, but I mean, hey, such is life. As for the world building of the anime puts a lot of emphasis on the fights. The fight over the bentos are treated like a life or death match, and in some cases they very much are. The strong win, and the fight over the bentos are considered to be very, very honorable. And I know, all of this sounds stupid as hell, but the anime does a good job at making these issues seem like they really, really matter. Only the strong can dine on bento. A quote from the show that encapsulates everything this world has to offer. There is no room for the weak-minded in this series. Also, I just really want to emphasize that these are gangs fighting over lunches, and not like actual gangs that do other shit. No, these are gangs whose sole purpose is to win these half-price bentos, and that's literally all they do. Like I said, this show treats the bentos as some type of sport, and I think we just found the new best sports anime. Sorry, Haikyuu. Bento's coming through. Alright. With all that being said, we can move on to the characters. Now, I'm not going to say the show focuses that much on its characters, but with a runtime of only 12 episodes, there's only so much room for development. What I mean is that each episode tends to focus on a new character, with the main character of Yo helping them out and both of them developing. And when I say every episode, it's not really every episode, but definitely the ones that matter have this setup. Needless to say, this anime really isn't that much into plot, rather it's just for fun. Action spiced with a lot of comedy, and the characters are really no different. Each character has their own little quirk to spice up the show, but if you're looking for an anime character to add to your top 10 list, then you're not about to find it here. The characters don't really break away from your anime cliches. Basically, you'll be watching your carbon copies of anime tropes fight it out for half-price lunches. And that doesn't sound half bad to me. Like, hey, to be honest, that's a good way to kill some time. You got your normal-looking anime protagonist, the serious waifu girl who kicks ass but is incapacitated in some way so the main character can save the day, the big boob blonde girl that's for the fan service, the nice girl, the mentor, the rivals, the bad guys, and Krillin. It's fucking Krillin. You can't convince me otherwise. If that's not a DBZ reference, then I don't know what is. Gosh. Like, seriously, if that's not a DBZ reference, then I'm not RJ Lane. Let me check that real quick. Aha! I am me. Basically, as I stated throughout this video, the story is about people banding together to fight other groups over half-price bentos, and then they start fighting each other. And when I say they made a sport out of it, they have made a sport out of it. They have code names like Wizard and Boar, and even grocery store employees look forward to the fighting every night. The story takes this clear act of public violence and makes you forget about all of that and just enjoy people beating the shit out of each other. And can we pause the music for a second here and just acknowledge that the show is teaching weebs that it is okay to knock the shizzle out of high school girls, old ladies, and random bystanders because they wanted the same bento as you? This show takes no prisoners. He gets punched, she gets punched, everybody gets punched. I mean, damn, they just wanted to eat too. Moving on, the story does focus on the pride and bonds these people build through doing this every night. To us, it's kind of stupid, but to them, it's a way of life. It's fun. It's a sport. I've said this multiple times. And you could feel that through every episode to the point where you forget how stupid all of this is. The story will take you on this weird journey where you'll find yourself wanting your favorite characters to stop an old lady from grabbing their bento, to the point where you'll be like, damn, I really hope they win this fight tonight. Basically, the story will give you a fun watch if you just clear your head and go along for the comedy. This is one of those animes with a really stupid concept, yet still very enjoyable in every aspect. Like I said earlier, this anime doesn't do anything different from your generic show, but the concept alone makes it worth the watch. The deep moments come from finding out why the characters are fighting over half-price lunches, and no, it's not just because they're all broke, that's only the main character. And the meat of the anime comes from the fight scenes spliced with wacky character motivations. I truly think this story would be a fun watch for every anime fan, if I'm being honest. The fights are pretty enjoyable, probably the most enjoyable aspect of this show, if I'm being honest. The camera movements really follow the characters well, and the sound design is just as over the top as the show itself. I mean, the animation could be a lot better, but I'm just gonna blame it on the budget since the show's really not that popular. The inner working of the fights and the emotional aspects of them hit hard, even if they're really just fighting over lunch. I keep saying that, but I'm really trying to emphasize that they're fighting over lunch. To sum it up, the fights bring the audience, but if you're looking for the next Demon Slayer, then maybe don't come in with such high expectations. It's not that hype, to be honest. Overall, Bento is a fun short anime if you wanted to expand your anime watch list. It's not that deep of an anime, but it still gives you the anime tropes you love in a wacky fashion. Leave it to anime to take food fighting to the next level. And I know I was really vague, but I always try to keep my reviews spoiler free so you can go experience the show for yourself. Another underrated anime? Checked off the list. I plan on putting out another poll soon to see what you guys want from me, but as for the next video, look forward to DBZ Kakarot review. So if you want to see me talk about the anime game of the year, then subscribe and hit that bell because it's gonna be a good one. Also, don't forget our social media is down in the description below, and that's all for me today, guys. As always, I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On The Rise.